This is Renan Sidagnot and welcome to my video. For today's video, we're going to tackle Module 9 Digital or Cyber Literacy. So while discussing in this module, we have 3 learning outcomes. First, define digital or cyber literacy. Second, elaborate cyber citizenship. Third, determine etiquette and safety use of digital media. So what is digital literacy? So, it refers to an individual's ability to find, evaluate, and clearly communicate information through typing and other media on various digital platforms. It is evaluated by an individual's grammar, composition, typing skills, and ability to produce text, images, audio, and designs using technology. So meaning to say, digital literacy means having the skills you need to live, learn, and work in society where communication and access to information is increasingly through digital technologies like internet platforms, social media, and mobile devices. So examples of digital literacy. First, understanding how to use web browsers, search engines, email, text, wiki, blogs, Photoshop, PowerPoint, video creation or editing software, and etc. to showcase learning. Second, evaluating online resources for accuracy or trustworthiness of information. So in that example, digital literacy is ability to navigate various digital platforms and understand, assess, and communicate through them. When you read a book on a Kindle, consider the accuracy of a news report link in your social media newsfeed, or create and share a YouTube video, you're displaying a digital literacy. And now, let's define what is cyber literacy. So cyber literacy means the ability to use computer technologies effectively and to simultaneously understand the implications of those actions. It is also important to know where to go to find reliable and accurate resources in cyberspace. Cyberspace, otherwise known as cyber intelligence. But what is the difference between digital literacy and cyber literacy? So digital literacy or cyber literacy is an umbrella term for the ability to use computer and digital technologies effectively. Contrary to popular belief, being digital literate isn't tied to your age or job. It's all about the skills you need to develop, communicate, and thrive in the digital era. So in the learning outcomes, the second is elaborate cyber citizenship. So the term cyber citizen denotes a citizenship of the internet or a member of a cyber community. When we plug into the internet or the cellular networks, we instantly become full-fledged members of a worldwide community. We will have instant access to every other person who is also wandering around in that world. Immediate access, physical distance, and the perceived anonymity of the cyber world may cause humans no end of trouble. To be a good cyber citizen, we need to know what that actually means. Citizenship is the rights, privileges, and duties conferred on a member of society. It must often include both protections, example is the Bill of Rights, and duties, example of that is obeying the law, contributing to the community. Cyber citizenship is the right, privileges, and responsibilities required of internet and cellular networks. So as what I mentioned, let's discuss what is cyber rights, privileges, and responsibilities. So first, let's tackle first the cyber rights. So cyber citizenship is based on the general concept of citizenship but differs in a couple of ways. First, there are no real rights you have as a cyber citizen other the legal protections you already have as an actual citizen. Moreover, some of those are not available due to the global nature of the cyber world. Nevertheless, every citizen of the cyber world should have the right to respect privacy and their own opinion. We have to respect their privacy. So under in the cyber rights are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So while the cyber world does not have a bill of constitutional protected rights, we should still be required to respect certain unalienable rights. So first is life. Right for fair and reasonable treatment online. In the cyber world, the right to life primarily being treated in a civil and respectful manner. This means interacting with people in a considerate, tolerant, and appropriate way. This right also includes freedom from threats to life or personhood. Second is liberty. Right to basic freedoms. Respect for online freedom should be similar to those enriched by our Constitution, especially the Bill of Rights. We should respect and expect privacy, safety, and equal treatment regardless of sex, religion, or sexual orientation. We should also honor others' property. And lastly, pursuit of happiness. Right to explore personal interest without undue interference. Then, let's move on cyber responsibilities. It is a privilege to have access to the internet, and that's correct. It is a privilege to have a technology that allows us to the internet and cellular networks. Responsibility is really at the heart of cyber citizenship. To be responsible, we need to be informed about the cyber world. We also need to know about how to remain safe and protect ourselves online. Another area of responsibility is to obey the law, and we are responsible for being considerate and well-mannered citizens. So in the cyber responsibilities, there are laws that we need to follow. So first is law. The most important area of respect we should demonstrate as a cyber citizen is for the law. These are several legal issues related to online activities. The first is intellectual property rights. This includes the written words, ideas, and products like music. This area is protected by federal copyrights, patent, and trademarks laws. If you download music without paying for it, you have violated the property rights of the artist. So example of this are some paid music uploaded on the social media. Next is cyber stalking. Another area that has legal protections is cyber harassment and bullying or cyber stalking. These laws are primarily enacted by state legislatures. Most states have anti-cyber harassment laws. Threatening, harassing, or intimidating someone through electronic means violates that person's rights to be free from harassment. So that's the end of the topic about elaborate cyber citizenship. So let's move on to determine etiquette and safety use of social media. Remember the human. So the third learning outcome is determine etiquette and safety use of social media. So there are 10 etiquette of safety use of social media. So the first is remember the human. Second, adhere to the same standard of behavior as in real life. Third, know where you are in cyberspace. Fourth, respect other people's time and bandwidth. Fifth, make yourself look good time. Sixth, share expert knowledge. 7. Help keep flame wars under control. 8. Respect other people's privacy. 9. Don't abuse your power. And the last one is be forgiving of others people's mistake. So in the 10th netiquette of safety use in social media, we're going to discuss it one by one. But before we start by discussing the 10th netiquette of how to use social media safety, so let's define first what is netiquette. Netiquette is a set of unofficial rules for good behavior and politeness followed by users of online and digital technologies such as internet, email, and chat rooms. Netiquette is derived from the word etiquette, which refers to the general rules or conventions of correct and polite behavior in social settings and situations. It is thus the practice of exercising polite and considerate behavior in online context, such as internet, discussion and boards, and personal email. So first, remember the human. Remember that behind every screen is a human being with independent thoughts and feelings. It is easy to misunderstand or be rude to others when you are not interacting with them in person. Before clicking send or post, ask yourself, would you say it to the person's face? Then second, adhere to the same standard of behavior as in real life. These rules is a reminder that the ethical standards and law that govern our society extend to cyberspace as well. This includes harassment and bullying, copyright regulations, and privacy. Third, know where you are in cyberspace, meaning different environments require different behavior. The way we interact with our friends, for example, may not be acceptable in a school or work situation. This principle extends to online environments as well. Comments that are acceptable on Facebook, for instance, may be considered inappropriate on a professional networking site such as LinkedIn. Fourth, respect other people's time and bandwidth. In this rule, bandwidth is synonymous with time. When you send an email or post on a discussion board, keep your comments brief and relevant to the environment or situation. Fifth, make yourself look good time. There are many positive aspects about the internet, including the ability to remain anonymous. This rule is a reminder not to allow this aspect of the internet influence how you communicate. Pay attention to your grammar, spelling, and word choices as well as the overall content of truthfulness of your writing, as this is what others are using to judge you. Sixth, share expert knowledge. The internet is a great platform for sharing good information. However, it can also be used to spread misinformation and distortions. If you hold a lot of knowledge about a certain topic or subject, don't be afraid to share it online in a manner that is helpful and accurate. 7. Help keep flame wars under control. Flaming refers to the verbal disagreements that occur between users in contexts such as message boards. They are often a result of strongly held opinions and emotions. As in rule number 4, do not monopolize online discussions with long or offensive commentary. 8. Respect other people's privacy. The internet is an open forum. Remember not to share information about others that could get them or yourself into trouble, both personally and professionally. Second to the last is don't abuse your power. This rule is intended for those who carry more power to the internet as experts, designers, system administrators, or even hackers. Power should always be used responsibly and not to harm or take advantage for those who are less powerful or knowledgeable. The last one is be forgiving of others people's mistake. Give other users the benefit of the doubt and consider that they may come from a different background or have less experience on the internet. Do not be rude when you encounter someone's mistake. Always respond with courtesy and respect. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Rena Sudagnot, a BS Ed student. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my YouTube video, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for more updates. Thank you.
Good day everyone. Today I am going to discuss two topics regarding digital and cyber literacy. Our learning outcomes would be first, identify common computer threats and the corresponding fixing solution. Second, elucidate cyberbullying and cybercrimes. My first topic that I'm going to discuss are 10 common computer threats and corresponding fixing solution. Number 1. Phishing. Phishing is a form of social breach which comes through in forms of instant messages and email. Usually, this make you click on a link that tries to gain access to your personal information. Phishing is a type of social engineering attack, an umbrella term to describe many methods of stealing personal information and manipulation to hack victims' private or corporate accounts. An attacker goal in phishing is to lead the victim to click a link or download an attachment, which can lead to installation of malware. The freezing of a system as part of a ransomware attack or directing user to a malicious website that is disguised as a legitimate site in which the victim enters in personal information. Here are 10 tips to prevent phishing attacks. Number 1. Know what is phishing scam look like. 2. Don't click on that link. 3. Get free anti-phishing ads on. 4. Don't give your information to an unsecured site. 5. Rotate password regularly. 6. Don't ignore those updates. 7. Install firewalls. 8. Don't be tempted by those pop-ups. 9. Don't give out important information unless you must. 10. Give a data security platform to spot signs of an attack. Number 2. Malware. Malware, short for malicious software, refer to any intrusive software developed by cybercrimes, often called hackers, to steal data and damage or destroy computers and computer systems. Malware is any kind of software that designed to harm a computer. Malware can steal sensitive information from your computer, gradually slow down your computer, or even send fake emails from your email account without your knowledge. Here are 7 ways to prevent malware. Number 1. Keep your computer and software updated. 2. Use an administrator account whenever possible. 3. Think twice before click links or downloading anything. 4. Be careful about opening emails, attachments, or images. 5. Don't trust pop-ups window that asks you to download software. 6. Limit your file sharing. 7. Use antivirus software. Number 3. Botnet. A botnet, short for bot network, is a network of hijacked computers and devices infected with malware and remotely controlled by a hacker. This cybercrime phenomenon has kept organizations and individual users on their toes for more than a decade. Here are 8 tips to prevent botnet attacks. Number 1. Keep your system and apps up to date. 2. Use reliable antivirus tools. 3. Stay away from dubious email attachment. 4. Use a firewall. 5. Say no pirated software. 6. Use two-factor authentication. 7. Follow the principle of at least privilege. 8. Keep enhancing your cybersecurity awareness. Number 4. Computer virus. A computer virus is a malicious software program loaded onto a user's computer without the user's knowledge and perform malicious action. After entering a computer, a virus attaches itself to another program in such a way that execution of the host program triggers to action of a virus simultaneously. It can self-replicate, inserting itself onto other program or files, infecting them in the process. Here are 7 ways to prevent computer virus. 1. Install an antivirus. 2. Install anti-malware software. 3. Keep your antivirus software up to date. 4. Use a firewall. 5. Update your operating system. 6. Use strong passwords. 7. Use a file reader. Number 5. Distributed Denial of Service or DDoS is a malicious attempt to disrupt abnormal traffic of untargeted server, service, or network by overwhelming the target or its surrounding infrastructure with a flood of internet traffic. How to identify a DDoS attack? The most obvious symptoms of DDoS attack is a site or server suddenly becomes slow or unavailable. 10 ways to prevent a DDoS attack. Number 1. Know your network traffic. 2. Create a denial of service response plans. 3. Make your network resilient. 4. Practice good cyber hygiene. 5. Scale up your bandwidth. 6. Take advantage of anti-DDoS hardware and software. 7. Move to the cloud. 8. Know the symptoms of an attack. 9. Outsource your DDoS protection. 10. Monitor for unusual activity. Number 6. Trojan horse. Trojan horse is a type of malware that conceals its true content to fool a user into thinking it's a harmless file. Like the wooden horse used to suck Troy, the payload carried by a Trojan is unknown to the user, but it can act as a delivery vehicle for a variety of threats. How to recognize and detect a Trojan virus. If you suspect your device may have been breached by a Trojan, you should look for many of the same telltale signs of malicious software. This may include poor device performance, strange device behavior, and pop-up and spam interruption. Here are 4 ways to protect your computer from Trojan horse threats. Number 1. Never download or install software from a source don't trust completely. Never open an attachment or run a program sent to you in an email from someone you don't know. Keep all software on your computer up to date with at least patches. 4. Make sure a Trojan antivirus is installed and running on your computers. Number 7. SQL injection attack. SQL injection is a code injection technique used to attack data-driven application in which malicious SQL are inserted into an entry fields for execution to dump the database content to the attacker. SQL injection attack allows attacker to spoof identity tampered with existing data, cause reputation issues such as voiding transaction or changing balance, allows the complete disclosure of all data on the system, destroy the data or make it otherwise unavailable. and become administrator of database server. How to prevent SQL injection. Step 1. Train and maintain awareness. Step 2. Don't trust any user's input. Step 3. Use whitelist, not blacklist. Step 4. Adapt the latest technologies. 8. Rootkit. It is a collection of computer software, typically malicious, designed to enable access to a computer or an area of its software that is not otherwise allowed, for example, to an unauthorized user, and often marks its existence or the existence of other software. Rootkit is a malicious software that is extremely difficult to spot and therefore very difficult to remove. How to prevent a rootkit attack? Number 1. Scan your system. 2. Avoid phishing attempts. 3. Update your software. 4. Use next-gen antivirus. 5. Monitor network traffic. 6. Rootkit prevention beats cleanup. 9. Rocky Security Software. Rocky Security Software poses growing threat to computer security. Basically, it is a form of internet fraud that uses malicious code in an attempt to deceive users into paying for a fake removal of malware. Fake or Rocky antivirus software is a type of malware that pretends to have found in infection on the victim's computer. Tips to help you prevent Rocky antivirus program. Number 1. Eliminate vulnerabilities by keeping your OS and applications updated. 2. Maintain anti-malware defense. 3. Cautions about search engine result. 4. Types the URL into address bar. 5. Beware of web surfing danger. 6. Don't open unexpected attachment. 7. Think about the link before you click it. Number 10. APT or Advanced Persistent Threats. An advanced persistent threat is an attack in which an unauthorized user gains access to a system or network and remains there for an extended period of time without being detected. Advanced persistent threats come from skilled attackers possessing advanced hacking tools, sophisticated techniques, and possibly large teams. These attackers will pursue a number of different types of attacks at the same time to gain a semi-permanent foothold in an organization. 7 ways to prevent APT attack. 1. Install a firewall. 2. Enable a web application firewall. 3. Install an antivirus. 4. Implement intrusion prevention system. 5. Create a sandboxing environment. 6. Install a VPN. 7. Enable email protection. The second topic that I am going to discuss is all about cyberbullying and cybercrimes. Cyberbullying, the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. Cyberbullying is the use of cell phone, instant messaging, email, chat rooms, or social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter to harass, threaten, or immediately someone. Cyberbullying is mean or aggressive behavior similar to real-life bullying that happens through electronic means. It can happen anywhere to people communicate, such as on social media, website, in emails, or through messaging app and text messages. Cyberbullying can happen through direct communication with the person being bullied or through indirect content that makes fun of or spread malicious information about the person bullied. There are 6 types of cyberbullying. First, persistent cyberbullying. This kind of cyberbullying exists all the time based on the fact that social media or messaging platforms are easily accessible to all. Second, permanent cyberbullying. This kind of cyberbullying takes place online and leaves a permanent digital footprint which, if not reported, never get deleted, those staying in the online platform forever. Third, hard to notice. Such type of bullying doesn't gain much attention. Much people, including parents and teachers, are not aware of such a kind of cyberbullying, thereby failing to recognize it. 4. Cyberstalking. Stalking. It includes monitoring, making false accusation, threats along offline stalking. If it's regarded as a serious form of cyberbullying, it might extend to physical threat to the targeted victim. 5. Trickery. It is a kind of cyberbully where the bully gains trust of a victim by promising false security, and then the bully takes advantage of the trust and leaks private information to the third party. 6 and the last is trolling. The bully intentionally posts offensive posts or comments online to harass the victim. The bully generally does not have any personal relationship with the victim but instead to harm the victim mentally. Being a victim of cyberbullying, it can affect emotional through humiliation, isolation, anger, and powerlessness. Mental effect can be depression and anxiety, low self-esteem, academic issues, suicidal thoughts, and self-harm. Behavioral effects: using drugs and alcohol, skipping school, carrying weapons, risky sexual behavior. Physical effects: gastrointestinal issues, disordered eating, sleep disturbance. Here are 8 reasons behind why kids cyberbully. Number 1, cyberbullies are out of revenge. 2, blame the victim. 3, cyberbullies are bored. 4, cyberbullies cave under peer pressure. 5, cyberbullies think everyone is doing it. 6, cyberbullies are power hungry. 7, cyberbullies believe they won't get caught. 8, cyberbullies lack of empathy. And here are 5 ways to stop cyberbullying. Number 1, tell them to stop. 2, don't respond to the bully. 3, make copies of all contact with the bully. 4, block the bully. 5, report the bully to the authorities. Here are the laws that covers anti-bullying, and it's called Republic Act 10627 or the Anti-Bullying Act. This law finds applicability in school-related bullying, student bullying in particular, in which cover those you turn in social media. Cybercrime. Cybercrime is a crime that involves a computer in a network. The computer may have been used in the commission of crime or it may be the target. Cybercrime may harm someone's security and financial health. Here are the top 5 cybercrimes. 1, phishing. 2, cyber extortion. 3, data breach. 4, identity theft. 5, harassment. How can cyber attack could affect your business? Number 1, financial loss. From theft of money, information, disruption to business. Number 2, business loss. Damage to reputation, damage to other companies you rely on to do business. Cause, getting your affected system up and running. 4, investment loss. Time notifying the relevant authorities and institutions of the incidents. Here's are the 5 reasons why cybercriminals attack. Number 1, disgruntled employees. Number 2, publicity. 3, power. 4, revenge. 5, freedom. 5 ways to prevent cybercrime. Download a virtual private network or VPN. 2, create strong passwords. 3, update your device. 4, use reliable security software. 5, keep certain information private. The law that protects cybercrimes victims are called Republic Act number 10175 or Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, which address crimes committed against and through computer system on 12 September 2012. It includes penal substantive rules, procedural rules, and also rules on international cooperation.
Good day everyone! I will be continuing our report. So, learning outcomes is 6 is examine internet exploration, source citation, research and data gathering protocol, and website evaluation. 7 is cite how digital or cyber literacy may be integrated with teaching learning. 8 is draw relevant life lesson and significant values from personal experiences on digital risk and consequences. So, digital literacy is a hot topic these days, and we previously written about the importance of it for today's students and what teachers need to know about helping them use technology effectively to enhance modern communication. So, there are 7 ways to teach digital literacy. The first is emphasize the importance of critical thinking. So, the majority of media we consume today comes from online sources, some of which are more credible than others. With this in mind, a huge part of teaching digital literacy is helping students become become critical consumers of information. So the second is use social media learning and collaborating. So today's students are already active on social media, and many cases they may already be more adept and using it than their teachers. So for example, Pinterest boards can be used for providing and receiving feedback during group projects. Twitter can be used to create polls for research purposes or find expert sources, and Facebook or LinkedIn groups can be used to connect and collaborate with their peers. So the third is provide guidance on how to avoid plagiarism. Although the internet hasn't necessarily made plagiarism easier, it has changed in the way it happens, and students may now be at risk of plagiarizing even without meaning to. For example, students often borrow or ideas or use phrases to find online without properly citing the original work and are later surprised to learn that this constitute plagiarism. So the fourth is teach students to manage their online identity. Regardless of that, of whether we consciously manage it or not, we all leave a digital footprint and have an online identity. Students who have grown up using social media are more likely to take it granted that their data is stored online, and as a result may not give as much to safeguarding their privacy and managing their privacy setting. So the fifth is help students manage digital distractions. Digital tools and online resources have made learning effective in many ways, but they also brought new distractions with them. So, the sixth is provide authentic context for practice. So, another important parts of teaching digital literacy is finding ways to students to practice using technology in ways that students opportunities to practice building their own websites and apps or respectfully engage online discussions. So the last is guide students out of their comfort zone. Um, we all have a comfort zone when it comes to technology, but if we want students to become innovative and we are around users of technology, it's important to guide them out of their comfort zone whenever possible. So, so those are the seven ways of teach digital literacy. So, importance of digital literacy in education. Today, students need more than a written word to succeed in elementary schools, high school, and continue education. Digital literacy expands the scope of traditional literacy. It encompasses e-learning skills that incorporate audio and video for strengthening and thinking and learning in students. Why is digital literacy important in education? Students who are building digital literacy skills understand the basics of internet safety, such as creating strong passwords, understanding and using privacy settings, and knowing what to share or not on social media. But the benefits of teaching your students digital literacy skills begin the classroom right now. So, draw the relevant life lesson and significant values from personal experiences on digital risks and consequences. Um, the positive of digital life. Self-proclaimed troublemaker and founder and editor-chief-in-chief of Wired magazine summed it all up this way. Digital technology is so broad today as to encompass almost everything. The negative of digital life. There were considerably fewer complications about the personal impacts among these experts respondents, but their own lives and observation give testimony that there are ways in which digital life has all served some participant. So that's my report. So thank you for listening. Get this.
Good afternoon, everyone. So here's the continuation of our report. Learning outcomes. Number 9, analyze research abstracts on digital or cyber literacy and its implications to the teaching learning process. 10, produce and evaluate a digital tool that may be utilized in the classroom. So first, cyber or digital literacy. By definition, Cyber literacy means the ability to use computer technologies effectively and to simultaneously understand the implications of those. The word understanding is key here, as it goes beyond knowing how to use the technology but to have the consciousness of one's actions. So cyber or digital literacy, this is the way how to use the computer technologies. Digital technologies. These digital technologies alter and extend our communications abilities, often blending text, sounds, and imagery. Although connected to older offline practices, these technologies change what it means to both or read and write text. So, what is digital literacy? So, digital literacy, it is Spires and Bartlett in 2012, I divided the various intellect associated with digital literacy into three categories: locating, consuming digital content, communicating digital content, develop, evaluate dispositions as they navigate digital content. The sharing mindset is essential in order to interact with only with accuracy. Without critical evaluation, the learner may be directed by the technology rather than the learner directing. Next is what is cyber literacy? So, by definition, cyber literacy means the ability to use computer technologies effectively and to simultaneously understand the implications of those actions. It is also important to know where to go to find reliable and accurate resources in cyberspace, otherwise known as cyber intelligence. So, cyber literacy, to it is important to find the resources or in cyberspace. Next is cyber literacy. So, cyber literacy, we already read the definition here. Next. So, what is so important about cyber literacy? Actually, we're a lot. You see, just like we use money every single day and should understand those financial literacy components, we need to understand the computers we still use, that knowledge to protect your data, find information faster, avoid phishing, and much more. So it is important to find the information faster. There are 8 essential elements of digital literacy. First, culture, how to behave; cognitive, how to do; constructive, how to use; communicative, how to communicate; confident, how to belong; creative, how to make; critical, how to evaluate; civic, how to participate. So that's all, and thank you.